Welcome to the Daily Color Guard Report for July 29th, 2014. My name is Todd Schaefer. I'm the Manager of Research for VectorVest, and I'll be providing your market review this evening. We see on our homepage all the major indices trading to the downside today. Biggest mover is the S&P 500 down 0.45%, the VectorVest Composite down 0.16%. This trading activity resulted in a market timing gauge 2 ticks in the red, and guidance that reads the color guard is somewhat bearish. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time. The market timing gauge and guidance summarize the top row of information in our color guard square below, where we're analyzing the trends of the components of the market timing system. Beginning with price, we can see the price closed today at $37.78, which was lower on a week-over-week basis and lower day-over-day, and so its color was red. Because it is lower on a week-over-week basis, our primary wave now has changed to down, which represents a change in that indicator. The relative timing closed at a value of 0.97 today, which was down from a week ago, unchanged from yesterday, so its color assigned is yellow. The buy-sell ratio assigned a red color today because it closed at a value of 0.84, which was lower on a week-over-week and day-over-day basis. And so with the addition of 2 red lights, we see the color guard overall decidedly turning more bearish. The MTI closed at a value of 1.03 today, down from last week, down from yesterday. Because its value is above 1, however, the underlying trend of the market, designated by the MTI, remains up. All of this in the context of our confirmed call, which is the slowest or most conservative of our timing signals. Let's take a look at the trend of these indicators on our market timing graph. Here we're looking at the same data in graph form over a 1-year time frame. Let's shorten that default time frame to 3 months so we can see more clarity. As we discussed yesterday, price continues to move sideways in the near term, having fallen from its previous high on July 1st. We see price action today closed below that 40-day moving average. However, price action congesting at that line, which has acted as support recently. Looking at the MTI buy-sell ratio and RT on the graphs below, we see their pullbacks continue, however they are above their previous lows, and so technically moving sideways. However, the buy-sell ratio and the RT are now operating below 1. If we change our study to the RT kicker layout, here we see the line pairs continue their bearish orientation, both moving averages sloping to the downside. However, their values today tied at 0.98. And so we did not confirm that red light in the color guard. Let's change our layout now to the DEW study. The DEW study remains bearish as price is still below that 30-day weighted moving average. The D-trended price oscillator continues to strengthen to the downside, as does our MACD indicator, closing at a histogram value today of negative 0.0427, down from yesterday's value of 0.0384. And so to recap, we see a realignment of our market timing signals to the bearish side. We want to be careful of reading too much into these signals, though, because as price action moves sideways, it's easy for particularly the short-term timing signals like the primary wave to oscillate as this price action just flutters back and forth. What we'd really like to see to build conviction either bullish or bearish is the establishment of a new high, a higher high, or a lower low. Until then, we'll want to keep it close to the vest. Let's take a look at the VectorVest views for our official guidance. Global tensions accelerated today after the U.S. and European Union agreed to tougher sanctions against Russia, denting sentiment and sending stock prices lower. With 2 red lights and a down-up situation, prudent investors should not buy stocks at this time. Aggressive investors and traders should play the market with a bias to the downside. Looking at our Derby winners on both a 1- and a 5-day basis, we see them still mixed, bullish and bearish on the 1-day, and on the 5-day indicating that lack of trend. For you easy riders, we do have a repeat. Oddfellows Long, our top performing 5-day winner, was also repeated as a 1-day winner again today. And now we'll move on to our sample portfolios. Several things to cover with our portfolios today. The S&P 500 Winners Verns Vultures portfolio had some indicated trading activity. We're going to cover our short of PBYI and short tomorrow morning IDIX. We also indicated trading on the S&P 500 Index ETFs portfolio. We're going to sell our long position of FTR. If we look at the overall portfolio performance today, we had a couple big movers. the biggest moving portfolio, the S&P 500 Index ETF folder, up 5.39% today. A couple of big movers. We saw these in several of portfolios. Windstream Corporation and Frontier Communications. Both of them up double digits today, both of them in the telecom industry. If you take a look at their graphs, though, one of the things technicians love to see. Take off RT. Big spike in price, big spike in volume. That's the graph for WIN, and here's FTR. So a couple interesting finds there. Let's take a look at the headlines for tomorrow to see what might impact the markets for tomorrow. We'll start off the day with mortgage purchase applications at 7 a.m. At 8:15, we'll do the ADP employment report. Gross domestic product at 8:30. At 10:30, we'll do the EIA petroleum status report. And at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the Fed meeting announcements. That'll wrap up our recap for this evening. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Have a great night.